Well, this is our meeting of our Rules Committee, April 23rd, 12 o'clock. So just go around the table and identify ourselves to the record.
Bill Evans.
Albie Bridge-Acton.
Dick Trady.
Jennifer Johnson.
Barbara Jones, Municipal Clerk.
Sierra Smith, clerk staff.
Good. Well, when we drop down to the agenda, there's not a whole lot to discuss except for Girdwood and the Community Council Code. I think we've all looked at what Daryl sent us.
Yeah, did you get my email today?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But I figured we were all on our way.
Yeah.
I am sorry. Had I got a couple days, I probably would have not had this, but
Yeah.
we're here.
Because it really is. Bill and I'll be down in Girdwood on Monday for our quarterly meeting. And as you must know with your many years of experience, you don't get ahead of Girdwood.
No, you don't.
And I think, this is something that Girdwood needs to figure out how they want to approach it, and then we as assembly members will help them go in what direction.
Could you take him this letter from Daryl Hess, just because he lays out some options, and whether it's the luck that becomes the community council or whatever you guys want, it's your area.
Yeah.
Just tell us what you want us to fall behind and do.
Yeah.
I'll make sure Goodwood's happy.
Currently, really, the Luck acts as a community council. They do all the land use planning, which is really what a community council does, the
Yeah.
liquor license and stuff. But they have a pretty convoluted process and bylaws that go between the Luck and the GBOS. And actually, I've had issues down there where I've been trying to do some land use things, and it takes 2 months because you have to notice it with the Luck, have them have a hearing, and then they vote on it, and then the same thing for the GBOS. It gets pretty convoluted, so but it takes a while to figure this out, and as I say, Girdwood, they don't even really know that the assembly does much, so.
They're not even quite sure they're willing to admit they're part of the city sometimes. You know?
Unless they need something, but, so anyways,
We'll take that off.
Right, no, but I mean, it is, the GBOS handles their roads and their parks, and now their cemeteries,
Yeah.
maybe. And so that really kind of boils to, and their volunteer fire. So, that's kind of the bulk of their community.
Well, because you two are going down there, could you guys get back, let us contact us so we can get the Rules Committee back together and figure out what we want to do for them, because we would like them to have a community council. Recently, I go to the monthly Community Council Federation meeting, and we actually had somebody from Girdwood there. And that was the first time in years we'd had anybody from Girdwood there, and they were all excited to have a Girdwood person attend it.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to figure out
Well,
some way to make
that's
this work.
something we could at least encourage them to start doing, sending somebody there if that's. But yeah, it's and I don't see this happening quickly, but
Well, when you go back through these minutes, the time thing that Daryl gave you, he says, let's see, Anna Fairclough and Dick Trady were down here for this.
yeah. So
It was like 2003, I think we were down
Yeah.
there.
so. Anyways,
It's not going to happen in her.
but I actually think there's a real simple fix. We just let them get to it first.
Good. Bill?
Yes, makes sense to me.
Okay. Elby, anything?
Well, I never saw this memo, so
Okay.
I have to take a moment to not ignore everybody, but to read the memo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I love Girdwood folks.
Well, we're the largest landowner down there, and I wish we weren't. I wish we'd.
Well, I don't think they've ever. I think I was the first representative of Girdwood that actually understands the ski resort business.
Because it seems we own so much land down there. It seems if we got that land into private ownership, it would help Girdwood.
I don't know if you ever heard of wetlands.
Oh, yeah, I think I have.
and then there's the case of public utilities.
Lydia Selgreg sent me down to Girdwood years ago, and she wanted me to map out where we could have Olympics at. I was doing my master's in planning with Lydia. She said, we want to put these venues down there. Go traipse through Girdwood and give me a report back on where these venues should go. So I marched up and down a lot of creeks in that place, the hillside. Found a lot of tree houses.
Mm-hmm.
This is a time period where people are passing their tree houses, selling them to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with that.
It was a wild time on there.
So anyways, yeah. And we have a lot of constituents that do not want police in Girdwood.
That was the discussion he was having when I walked in with Barbara. They don't want any police at all, huh?
Well, it's for,
Medicinal purposes.
right.
Okay. I can understand that.
I get it.
So I've got property up in Talkeetna, and sometimes it's like my neighbors up in Talkeetna. They really are kind of glad the troopers are leaving, unless it's a real emergency.
Right, no,
They don't-
Talkeetna and Girdwood have a lot in common.
They don't want them poaching in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
I have my 50 calibers I shoot up there, and sometimes I don't like the police near there either. When they stop to say, "Why are you making all this noise?" Anyway,
Yep.
anything else? Other than me dragging it down to a meeting you did want to come to?
So, if I may, Mr. Chairman, so what's the status
It's in discussion.
with the community?
With,
Yeah.
with
As far as
GBOS,
which
with the
option
lock.
they want to go with?
They've got a meeting Monday, I think. They said with Girdwood, and they'll get back to us.
Okay.
You're never going to push Girdwood fast. I know.
We
Sure,
could put
I'll
Tommy
look
in
at it.
charge of this.
You what?
Yeah, there
We
you
could
go.
put Tommy in charge of this.
Well, this won't
We
get
could have
done
Tommy
for-
come to the Federation.
You
know,
what?
We could have the
Yeah, you
Tommy
could.
come to FCC.
That would make for an interesting meeting. I'll videotape it. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
anyways.
Well, if we're done with new business, there are no member comments. Audience participation, not even Eugene made it here today. Why don't we just adjourn and get out of here, guys?
Sounds good.
I apologize for this.